What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. And I just want to start off by saying electric cars have been around a very long time. They were here before petrol motors and gasoline cars, okay? The technology that we're using today in our electric unicycles is nothing new. I'm going to show that today. So when some of these pictures pop up on the screen like this one right here, you can read it at your leisure. This gives a very brief history of electric vehicles. You can stop the video and you can read it. One of the top comments that I had, and I was told that in the last video, that electric motors do not have a power band. Yes, they do have a power band. Electric motors usually have a flat power band, meaning that they deliver maximum torque the moment they start turning. Internal combustion engines are different. They must reach a high enough speed before they reach their power band. So again, yes, electric motors have a flat power band, okay? Now, I wanted to start talking directly about capacitors. Capacitors, it's old technology. You can pause the video again to read this whole page, but cars such as the Peugeot Citroën, the company Mazda, their e-loop system, Toyota, they use ultra capacitors, capacitors, and super capacitors in their cars. Pause the video because I want to keep moving, and you can read up on it. Lamborghini is also using this technology in one of their highest and fastest cars that they've ever made. You can see it right here. I believe it's called the Scion, S-I-A-N. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But this technology is not new, and I know about capacitors. I've been studying about electric cars for a while because it fascinates me. It really, really does. And that's what has drawn me toward the electric unicycles. And one thing that I had said was I was wondering why they weren't using capacitors in these electric unicycles. But I remember about 2 years ago, there is a channel on YouTube called The Light Devices, and then on YouTube they're called EUCU. And you'll see the pic flash up in a second here. There it is. If you look up in the top left corner right above the battery, that is a capacitor if I'm not mistaken. And you can actually go on our YouTube channel or EUCU on Instagram. You can see all the wonderful products that they make, but they were using capacitors before. And I'm not using this as a comparison. What I'm saying is I believe there's enough room in this community for everyone to eat. And I'm glad that Declan stepped up with the GOD+MOD, because I was wondering why people weren't putting these things in their electric unicycles, and it makes it easier for us people living in the United States to actually get this mod now, okay? Again, very happy with the results of the GOD+MOD. And what I want to say very quickly to kind of condense this down, I don't want to ramble too much. I watched Go George's Go video on the GOD+MOD. And one thing that we can agree upon is that there is a very different feel in the pedals in soft mode and in medium mode. And I think the good thing, and I think a lot of people had missed this, is that that is potent. Because think about this. What I felt was that my pedals were less dippy during acceleration, because I rode 12 miles that day and I was doing different rips. I would accelerate and slow down, accelerate and slow down. You heard me say in the video that it feels like I have abundant power under my feet. And I also said it feels like there's a different mode. It feels like my RS is in sport mode, meaning that I could push the wheel without the pedals over dipping. And I call that the dip of doom, because we all know if your pedals dip too much, the wheel will cut out on you. We've seen all the videos. We've seen it at Apple Valley Speedway when the racers would push the wheel very hard, trying to accelerate, and the wheels would cut out. With this GOD+MOD, will it make your wheel more powerful? I'm going to say no, but stick with me here. What it does, the power that your wheel has, you're able to put that power to the ground safely without fearing a cutout. And that is so important. And I don't think people understand how potent that is. Because what I noticed is my pedals would dip to a certain point and I could push down on them, and my RS would keep accelerating up to either pushback or up to where I have my beep set. That's incredible, because you can push your wheel a lot harder. So I'm going to say that, and we're just going to end it here. The God mod enables you to push your wheel a lot harder without fearing a cutout. Now, I'm not saying you can't cut your wheel out, but it makes a cutout less likely. And I had another comment where someone had put 2 of them on their Monster Pro, and they said it makes my wheel feel like it's uncuttable. And that's how I feel about my RS now. It is way less dippy, and it feels more responsive because I can push down, I can push on that wheel, and it just wants to keep accelerating. I mean, nice and smooth without that dip. That's period, point blank how I can put it. Okay, so again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. Remember, get on your wheel, you ride it like you hate it, but you be safe out there, you ride it like you hate it. I'm Sensei. Hello, good night, and enjoy the rest of the video. Again, I feel that the God mod enables you to push your wheel a lot harder and safely without the fear of a cutout.